What's up, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, tablet. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Hi. How we all doing this lovely Monday? Oh my goodness. Oh, perfect timing. I'm gonna play some Final Fantasy music in the background again. There we go. Oh my goodness. March flew by, didn't it now? Although I've already done 3 of these. Now, trying to keep up with this thing of doing 1 of these a week. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. So, hi everybody. Welcome, good to see y'all. Thanks for coming in. Got a whole lot to talk about. But first, tell me how all of you are doing. Because my gosh. Got a lot of announcements, and probably take some questions and stuff at the end. But I hope y'all have been doing well. I'm actually feeling okay, physically, mentally, emotionally. You know what? Today is going pretty good. I'm glad that I feel positive on all of those fronts. So, oh my goodness. You're getting surgery too. Hope my recovery's going well. Thank you. Well, I guess I'll get to that real quick. So I went to go see the hand specialist again today, and I am going to be seeing the shoulder specialist tomorrow that I was supposed to see on Friday of this past week and didn't get the chance to because I was scheduled to, see them on Friday afternoon, which turned out to be the exact time that they were not in the clinic. So that was fun and a waste of my time. But other than that, yeah, I've got some doctor's visits. I need to figure out exactly what the problem / hopefully solution will be with my my shoulder, so that hopefully I can, be on a better path to recovery. I don't know for sure yet if I'm going to get the 3rd PRP surgery on my wrist yet. I might. That's going to depend on a few things, but I'm still trying to kind of gather some information. Hopefully I'm going to have some better answers for that as, this week goes on. So, cross your fingers for me. But that said, I actually did get to do a little bit of drawing over the past few days. Over the weekend, I actually did some more thumbnailing for Balancing Act, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the stream. I think I'll be doing that last, actually, in the order of the stuff that we'll be doing. But yeah, I did actually a little drawing this morning, just for like 20 minutes or so. I've been trying to be very, very, very careful and very conservative about how much I spend time drawing, just so I'm not overexerting myself. So, yeah, I'm being as careful as I can be to not re-injure myself, but mainly just to kind of see like where I'm at in the recovery process. And I have been able to do some drawing with relatively little pain, and it's been okay. So I'm very happy about that. I'm glad that I'm, actually able to do creative stuff in the first place. So, oh my goodness. Having a career change and going to freelance as an audio engineer. Oh, good for you, Cloud Lightning. Very cool. I hope you're not sick. Hope you're able to deal with that. Yeah, I'm lucky that I'm not sick, just injured. Being sick on top of that would really not be fun. Yeah, I haven't caught COVID in quite some time, since one of the weaker strands of that, thank God. So, knock on wood, hopefully I'll be okay. But so, I'm getting there. I'm getting better. Things aren't terrible. And I like I said, I'm feeling more and more hopeful that I am on a good path of recovery, that this actually has a chance of working out, hopefully. So keep crossing your fingers for me, and lend any support you can, including being here for stuff like this. Yeah, so, okay. First order of business. So, first announcement. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know what that jingle was. That's not the Kerbifer theme or anything. It just came out. But, it's what happens when I'm losing my mind. So, okay. I've been trying to, in the midst of my injury, trying to figure out things that I can do that do not require tremendous usage of my arms, and particularly, like, repetitive motions and stuff like that. And, I have been trying to experiment around with different things that I can do, and in trying to figure out a few ideas for such things, I was like, okay, what are some different project ideas and different things that I kind of had on the back burner, just anything like that I could mess around with. And so, one of the things that I had thought about some time ago, I think maybe like a year or two ago. No, that's not true. It was about a year ago now, that I was thinking of the idea of doing, believe it or not, a review show of all things. And This actually came about when I was talking with Germ, who was the 3D modeler of my VTuber model that you see before you, y'all. And the idea of doing the kind of style change versions of Kerbifer, the green and the purple ones that I've whipped out here and there. And, what I could do with those characters in different forms. I think that was around the time that I had started doing TikTok and posting shorts and stuff like that. Ratoon Network, the fact that you remember frame by frame is actually amazing. No, not that. Not so much that. But I had thought about the idea of, okay, if I were to actually do, like, reviews or like video essays, probably something more kind of akin to that kind of idea. What are specific things that I would actually be excited about reviewing in the first place? So I kind of dove in and I thought of, like, what are some of my favorite video games of all time? I'm going to move my microphone up here so you guys can actually hear me probably better than I was. There we go. And so I started jotting down a couple of games that I really love, that I'm like, okay, what are games that I could authoritatively speak my opinion on, and talk about with love and not be too, like, cynical or negative or anything like that. And so I jotted down a list of a few of those games. I think about 5 of them. And I think probably about 3 or 4 days ago, maybe, I started writing a script for, to start with, a Mischief Makers review. And I think it's about maybe like 20 to 30 minutes or so currently, as the drafts, I would say, probably is around by now. So it's not bad. Needs some tweaking when it comes to the comedy, but I do have a particular sort of gimmick that I want to go for. And actually, I should mention before I forget this, a certain hacker raccoon friend that everybody loves was kind enough, I actually just found out this morning, is going to possibly donate to me a hand tracking unit, so that I will no longer have my stitched up arms just at my sides all the time. So, because I would love to have a little bit more actual, even though I just said before, not stressing my arms too much, but just moving my arms around in the Italian, crazy, Tommy Tallarico-ass motion that I tend to move them around when I'm illustrating something. I thought, okay, just to make it a little bit more visually appealing than that. So the gimmick that I want to go with is having the 3 different versions of Kerbifer, each all kind of give their own sort of spin and their own opinions and their own thoughts on different aspects of the game. So, like, myself as I am now, would be all about just the informational kind of historical and trivia kind of side of things, talking about just what the game is, like, kind of semi-clinically. And then the green Kerbifer 15 version would be like the enthusiastic childlike, like, oh, and I love this part, and I'm really like singing the praises of this motion of the game and this kind of thing that they did and this creative thing, and it just makes me so happy. And just the pure, just kind of enthusiasm for it. And then having the purple Kerbifer 1111 like grumpy model be the cynical one of just like, yeah, and then this level happens and I hate it and it sucks and it pisses me off and I spent like hours trying to beat this stage when I was a kid, that kind of thing. So bouncing around the three of them, but and they would be like treated as like three individual sort of characters. They would have some little gags where they would interact with each other and things. I have one gag written where 15 and 1111 are they're reenacting when I like tried calling the Nintendo Power hotline when I was a kid to try to like learn how to do certain things. so this is just a concept right now. Once I get the what's it called, the hand tracking unit, and I'm able to experiment around a little bit with the actual like recording and filming process of everything, and seeing how simple it would be to edit it, then I can kind of better determine that. And also I want to do a revision of the script that I wrote for the Mischief Makers thing. So if I do this, it would probably be like a limited series, and also would depend on how well it does, because, video game reviews, I don't want to say it's an extinct thing, but it's definitely a YouTube video style that has certainly, died down compared to the popularity level that it used to have. That's why I say that it would kind of be semi like video essay sort of style as well. Some historical things and some like behind the scenes things I would learn. Just any kind of stuff like that would be interesting to me to talk about as well. So yeah, I wanna do another pass on the Mischief Maker script that I wrote and kind of see where it goes and futz around with it from there. But I think it's pretty okay so far. So yeah, that is one thing that I am playing around with. Still a little bit up in the air, but it's, again, this has just been coming from, much like, again, same thing with like these just chatting streams and stuff. I've been trying to figure out just different things that I can do in general to continue to bring you guys content and not like fade off into obscurity while I'm continuing to to recover and everything, so I can get back to the actual content that I want to be doing, which is producing animation and stuff like that. But there's only so much that I can do, and I don't want to overexert myself and everything. Yeah, so Leopard A will have a field day with the art when it comes out, Lamau. Yeah, that's true. There's going to be a lot of material for you to go off of with that. Maybe depending on financial constraints, hopefully I can commission you for some artwork or something to be part of it. That would be fun. And I'd say don't bog it down with a history lesson, just review the game. No, I wouldn't go too overbearing with that kind of thing. That is more of what I want to go into when it comes to the once again, if those of you who don't already know, I've mentioned this a little bit previously, but I have been working on the side with Did You Know Gaming on writing a sort of deep dive kind of documentary video with them on Super Mario RPG, and I have been interviewing a couple of the developers from the original Super Nintendo version of Mario RPG, and learned quite a bit and got a lot of really cool information kind of collected together. One of the people I've been interviewing has been, I think, a little bit busy, so they haven't gotten back to me in a little bit. And there's one more that I want to approach about interviewing, and hopefully I'll be able to do that. So I've got, I think, about like 5 or 6 pages of the video written so far, so it's coming along. But, it's slow but sure. And then hopefully, I don't know, that'll be later in the year. We'll see. Who knows? But yeah. So that out of the way. Okay. So now, next order of business. Alrighty. So, for those of you who don't know, this year marks, and it will be coming up in, I believe, August of this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think August was when I released episode 1 onto Newgrounds. This year marks, in fact, the 20th anniversary of TV Tome Adventures, the very first version of Tome that I ever created, which was all the way back in 2004 on Newgrounds. Good Lord. Yeah, it's been a very, very, very long time. And so I did 73 or so episodes of that show. Way back. It was my first major Flash animation project that I did, and I think it was about 3 years that I worked on it, and then after that I left it behind, worked on a bunch of video game parodies and things like that on Newgrounds for a while. Graduated college, went on to do the 2011 Terrain of Magical Expertise web series that I'm sure many more of you know. Did that for 4 years, then took a little break, and then started working on the Tome RPG, of course, which came out in 2021. I worked on that for 4 years. So, yeah, it has been a very, very, very long time. And so, and it's funny because I kept, like, losing track of when the year was. I thought almost for a moment that the 20th anniversary was going to be next year in 2025, and I was incorrect. I got my math wrong. I'm like, no, it's the 20th year. So those of you, I'm sure, are aware, April Fool's is coming up next week. And y'all know that I really do enjoy doing April Fool's jokes and videos and different things like that. This is going to be a little bit different. It's not a joke. It's the joke lies in the fact that it's supremely cringy. So I thought that it would be fitting for April Fool's, but it is not a fake out. It's not a joke or anything like that, I promise you. It is a celebration. So with that said, I'm going to play for y'all a little preview of something that will be coming out a week from today on Monday, April 1st, in celebration of TTA's 20th anniversary. How about that shit? Okay, so I have been wanting to do this actually for quite a while. I had debated doing it for other previous anniversary points for TTA and for Tome 2011 and etc. But I realized this was actually another kind of fitting situation. It just, all the pieces kind of fell in place. It was all kind of pointing to, like, I think that this is in fact the right time. Between the fact that I've been trying to figure out things that I can do that doesn't involve my arms, extensively, stuff that that I can do in kind of the midst of everything and all that. So, and the fact that it turned out, it is the 20th anniversary after all. And, yeah, it was the right time. And there's one other thing that I'll mention in a second. But to explain what this is, in celebration of the 20th anniversary of TV Tome Adventures, I have taken what is my personal favorite episode of the show, and I think probably the fan favorite episode of the whole series. Episode 60, Duel of the Dragon, which is the season 2 finale, as you were instructed a moment ago, or reminded of. This will be it's not redubbed because it's actually semi like retimed out and semi kind of reanimated. Very big shout out to the lovely Faye Lyons, who helped me with redoing a lot of the lip sync, because I was not able to do that on my own without hurting myself. So that was it is re-recorded and re-edited to include a combination of voice actors from the Tome RPG from 2021, the Tome web series from 2011, and, believe it or not, even a few reprisals from the original TTA cast. One of which includes my dad as the character that you guys probably know better as Exec, who's later voiced by the likes of John St. John and Mike Pollock. So my dad was the one guy that I did not get the chance to see. My dad and my stepmom are the only family members that I did not get the chance to see this past holiday season for Christmas. I went back home before he was able to come see us, because all my family's down in like Florida and stuff. So my dad came out to visit. Maybe some of you guys might have noticed that he was here with me back in February. While he was here, we went to go record at Central Command Studios, where I've recorded a few anime in my time, stuff like Tales of Zestiria and Muhyo and Roji, things like that. And the lovely and talented Mr. Jeff Picente, who also helped with the Sir Skaters remix that I did for the Tome A to Z ending. He engineered and recorded myself and my dad as I reprised Kerber Firenzetto, as you could hear from the trailer, from the little opening recap thing. And my dad came back to play Net King EXE. So, and you could probably hear a few of the other cast members. I could tell some of you guys have recognized some of them in the chat there, yeah. So this project is the strangest combination of cringe and awesome at the same time. There's a little bit. I did re-script some stuff, just a little tiny bit of stuff. The story and the general like lines and everything for the most part are the same. But I redid some things. And like I said, the lip sync has been reanimated to be more fitting to the new voiceover and everything, etc. So, but it's kind of hilarious, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. I in our Discord server, our Patreon Discord server, I think a week or two ago, I previewed the first proper scene of it, not the whole thing, just the first, I think maybe 5 minutes or something, that some of you guys who are out here, I think some of you guys in the Patreon chat who are in chat right now, you got to see it. So it's something else. So that'll be coming out probably, I'm gonna say around 11 a.m. On 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday, April 1st. So next Monday. And so look forward to that. I sincerely hope that you guys all enjoy it. There will be a cast list posted when the anniversary video comes out, yes, and you'll see it's about probably like a 3-way-ish split between TTA, Tome 2011, and Tome RPG casts, reprisals, combination of different folks from all across and everything. So I would release it around 11 that morning if it was possible to do that. I don't think that YouTube lets you choose that specific number. I think it's only in 15-minute increments, unfortunately, but it'll be happening throughout. It'll occur during the time 11:11 a.m. PST when it's premiering and everything. So it'll be close enough, I guess. But yeah, so that's all I'll tease about it for the time being, and I sincerely hope that you guys enjoy it for real. So, yeah. So, and by the way, just kind of a side shout out in the meantime. Those of you who might not know this, oh no, Sephiroth is coming. So, real quick show of hands in the chat. How many of y'all know of another Flash cartoon that was coming out around the time that TTA was first coming out many years ago? It was called Bonus Stage. It was a series by Matt Wilson, who actually, believe it or not, did more fully animated and fully voiced episodes. Granted, they were a lot shorter than TTA was, but Matt Wilson did a series called Bonus Stage many years ago in the mid-2000s, again, around the same time that I was doing TTA on Newgrounds. Matt Wilson just announced earlier today that they are actually doing also a 20th anniversary episode of Bonus Stage, episode 90, which I can't even believe is really happening, but I'm so excited. I'm going to actually link to the video in the chat so you guys can check out the trailer after the stream is over. So I'll paste that in here. It's old school series that was a bit. Oh, and actually, here's a little kind of funny connection. Matt Wilson was the first voice. Speaking of first voices of Tome characters, was the first voice of the character Paper Race Chase, who is the green sort of punk.exe recolor moderator of the Sanctuary region. We called them Chase Ace in TTA, in Tome 2011, Bryce Happenbrook's character. So Matt was actually the first voice of that character in the series in the third season of TTA. That was my first time getting to work with them. And also, Matt actually did a Curblog with me a long time ago that was called, I think it was like Getting Paid for like working as an animation freelancer. I'll have to go back and find it. I don't remember exactly what it was called. It was several years back, but we talked about, like valuing yourself as a freelance artist and, making sure that you don't get ripped off by companies and that sort of thing. It was very important kind of stuff. I'll have to go back and find that. Maybe I'll link that in the show notes at some point. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. To think that it's also been 20 years since that show started too is kind of crazy. Yeah, so very excited for Matt. Go check them out on Cartoon Drive-Thru on their YouTube channel as well. So they're very, very talented. All right, so next, we got some news about Balancing Act. I think I had mentioned in the previous Just Chatting stream that I had gotten a little bit more feedback from another writer that I was able to show the full screenplay to very recently. Andrew Allenson, the creator of Y2K, a postmodern RPG, was kind enough to go ahead and give me some feedback on the project, which was very, very kind of him. And so I mentioned over the weekend that I had the chance to do some drawing. Well, in fact, what it is that I got to draw over the weekend was some storyboard thumbnails for the first scene of Balancing Act. So, right here, right now, in front of y'all, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share these with you all. Zoom out a little bit real quick, 1 second. Oops, that's not right. There we go. Hi. All right, so I'll give you guys a little taste of one of the opening scenes. All right, so We start off. It is a snowy day. We see some trees out there in the ancient year of 2007. These are very, very, very rough thumbnail drawings, so I will do my best to describe what's happening. We see two young kids, about 10 years old, excitedly running through the snow, stamping footprints as they make their way towards what appears to be a big fence with a keep out sign. The first kid, a little boy, starts climbing up the sign. And a little girl follows shortly after him. Come on! On the other side, the boy jumps down. Come on, he calls back out. Runs ahead. The girl drops down too. I'm going! This place had better be as good as you... Oh my god. The two of them see a beautiful view of an open, snowy clearing in the middle of the forest. Yeah, it's perfect, huh? He gets pelted with a snowball. Dude, give me a break, as she scoops her hands off. You could have deflected that easy. What? I was distracted and it was a cheap shot. Nope. No excuses. Any bad guy, as she boops his nose, you meet can and will pull tricks 100 times worse than that, and you gotta be prepared. Now, if there was ever a time not to hold back, this is it. So, go ahead. The little boy takes a deep breath and then moves his hands around to manipulate the snow all around him as if he were using telekinesis. The little girl looks entranced by the snowy spectacle. The snow settles down. Okay, let's train. With his eyes still closed, the little boy uses his power to stop another one of the little girl's snowballs from pelting him in midair. He moves his hand towards and blows the snowball up and makes a cool explosion sound. Ha-ha! You've learned. I'm such a good teacher. Whoop! The little girl flaunts proudly, then cartwheels away to dodge a few of the snowballs that the little boy was throwing all at once. But your skills still need improving, card ice. I forget, what does that mean again? Angle on a half cool, half dorky looking shot of the little boy orbiting some snowballs around him with his power, looking a little weirded out by the little girl's idea of a superhero name. She keeps circling around him, and the boy continues creating snowballs. She dodges every one of them. It's a cooler name for dry ice, basically. Something that'll really strike fear into the hearts of your many future enemies! She tackles him into the snow, burying her fingers against his neck like an animal that's caught its prey. Another great fighter killed in the heat of battle. Me? Never! I'll never die! In a burst of confidence, he uses his powers to command an icy wind that pushes her off of him and sends her flying. She plops into the snow. Oh my god! She's on the ground with her head, her hat like over her eyes, looking not okay. Oh no! She stays silent and still for another second or two and then starts making a snow angel. Yeah. Oh, no, that was some good shit. Did you see how far I went flying? Dude, stop crying. You look like a dweebsicle. I know. I'm sorry, I look like a dweebsicle. She breaks a little icicle, like a drip, like a snot drip coming out of his nose and snaps it off. Ow. You sure you're not hurt or anything? Not hurt, only disappointed that you didn't shout out like a cool special attack move or something. I'm screwing with you. Chill. Chill. Hey, you did good, dude. She places her hand on his shoulder. He sheepishly looks away. Do you really think I can do this? What? Be a superhero? She grabs his hands. Yeah? Oh, totally. She, kind of brings his hands down with her and cupped in hers and starts kind of walking away with them. It's going to be scary and it's going to be hard and it's probably not going to be always as fun as this, but it's what you want to do, right? Yeah, more than anything. Okay, well, someday an opportunity's going to show itself, and you know what? I'm going to be there for you every step of the way. You promise? Gets pelted by another snowball. Only if you could... She straps her red goggles over her eyes and shifts into a villainous voice. Only if you can defeat me in combat, you simpering little goody-goody! You're on, foul villain! Foul? You calling me stinky? Maybe catches the snowball again. Oh, no, dodges. Now it's personal! The two of them continue the world's coolest snowball fight, laughing and yelling to each other the whole time. Scoops some snow at him. Scoops an even bigger wave of snow. No! Blasts out of the snow mound and he creates a little snowman like doppelganger in his wake. And she smashes through it. Here goes. I'm charging up my ultimate attack. And she's rapidly building up the biggest snowball she could possibly make. Bring it on. I'll freeze you solid and your evil will be stopped. And he spins around at once and gathers a whole bunch of snow into a giant snowball about twice his size, floating in the air above him. Ready? She lifts her own giant, much smaller comparatively snowball over her head. Don't you disappoint me! Blizzard Ball! The two of them throw their snowballs. They explode into slush that fly in every direction. Snow covers the screen slowly. Everything goes into slow motion. Everything goes into slow motion. The snow falls. And that's all you get. Oh God, I have no bottom. Oh Jesus. Oh no. What? There we go. Hold on, let me zoom out. It's a little bit. Right. Zoom in is what I meant to say. Haha. Lamau. There you have it, folks. There's a little taste for you. Whew. I hope everyone was able to actually see the chat this whole time. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, the first scene of, or one of the first scenes of Balancing Act. There may be a little bit of like an introductory thing that will come right before that. So, going back a little bit through the chat, no primitive VA or music yet. I'm hoping that when I actually get the finished drawings of the animatic stage, like the actual proper story, because these are just the thumbnails, that I will actually time this out with some temp voices and music and make it a proper video that I will upload for people to see, because this is how I want to start getting people, interested in Balancing Act. Yeah, so that is, that was my pitch. That's how I would have pitched the storyboards if it was actually, to, proper folks doing the animation or anything. Hopefully it was, somewhat understandable, even with how crappy the drawings looked at this stage, but, so, yeah, I see that some of you are perhaps catching on to some context clues on certain things, but yeah, so I hope that even just these little basic teases of everything are, getting you all interested in this prospective next kind of major project. As I've said many times, but maybe to any of you who don't know too much about Balancing Act, this is a concept that predates Tome. By many years, actually. I worked on like the ancient, like very first sort of iteration of this in probably like the late 90s, I would say. And I've been, developing it for many, many years, and, adding to it and changing it and updating it and making it, better, the best it could possibly be. And even while still waiting for a lot of the other feedback that I want to get on the script, I am hoping that what I've got so far in general is really solid. I do feel good about the story in general. I do think that what I have so far is pretty good, and everyone that I've shown it to seems to overall think it's really strong and a really good story. Currently, the whole thing is running about 2 hours, So, you know, uh, it's a lot. It's certainly going to be a long form project if I end up doing it that way. But my intention is that I want to, um, you know, show the progress of it, kind of like that over the years as I was continuing to work on it. We'll see how things go. But that is my tentative plan at the moment. That's what I would really sincerely like to do as much as possible. So, thank you guys so much for checking it out and enjoying it. And thank you everybody who's been interested in it as I've been kind of teasing it over the years and everything. Actually, you know what I'll do real quick is I'll go ahead and I'll throw up the concept art in case maybe some of you guys have not seen it before. I will show the concept art that the very lovely and talented Toxic Soul. There we go. Ooh, too big. Woo. There we go. Michaela Groves went ahead and did the concept art here of the 4 main characters. And mayhaps one of which might have maybe been one of those 2 characters that you saw in the video, in the little animatic that I showed. So, I'll give you a little bit of a better look at them just for a quick second. So, yeah. There they are, our 4 pro tags. I actually might even be readjusting a little bit of their designs. A couple of them I want to tweak just a little tiny bit compared to, not that they don't look fantastic as they are right now, but there's just little subtle changes that I want to make to a couple of them. I love these characters very much. I think they are some of the best characters that I've ever gotten to write. Feel really strongly about them, and I hope that all y'all who are fans of my work will like them as much as you do, if not maybe more than the Tone characters. I can only hope. That's my ultimate goal. So, but yeah. Whew. Goodness gracious. So, I will mention also, those of you who may perhaps think that you know their names, they have all gone through some pretty massive name changes as well. So, they might not be exactly what you think, but yeah, and there's many, many more characters in this project than just these folks. Some of them of which actually have not had their finished designs made just yet. So there's a lot more to enjoy. And so here we are. We've gone for already, 45 minutes. But I would love to answer some questions from y'all. Well, I have currently 60 to 70 people watching, which is great. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So please, I'll give you guys some time to, I know there'll be some chat lag, obviously, so I'll give you guys a little bit to ask some questions if you want while I'm here. Can be about the stuff we talked about or otherwise, or just any other kind of stuff in general can talk about for a little bit. So let's get right into it. After we finish up for today, I definitely need to go get some dinner for tonight. Haven't decided on exactly what I'm going to get yet. I guess just a little brief update while I'm waiting for y'all. I just finished up watching Crisis Core. I just started, actually, right before we began streaming, I started watching a full playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, fitting with the music and everything, and already very, very excited to see where it goes, so that's going to be fun. And I'm glad, even though I did not much care for Crisis Core, I am certainly glad that I watched the story of it, so I'm educated on what's going on with it. So yeah. How much of a light and dark are we looking at in terms of tone for balancing act? It is the darkest thing I've ever made, without question. Definitely got some fun, lighthearted kind of stuff, but I will say it is very dark. It's got definitely the most serious and mature in tone things, deals with a lot of very, very tremendous, traumatic kind of things for all 4 of these characters, beyond anything that I've ever done in, not even just tone, but any of my past stuff. So, I'll warn you, it's certainly not for the faint of heart, but it's not like, pure, like, grunge, like, hyper edgy. It's got some fun stuff to it, and there's some cute, comedic kind of things in there as well, and there's some wholesome stuff in there. Um, would I ever give you a taste of what season 4 of TTA would have been someday in the future? Well, I am Stickman. If you go looking back through my stream archive, a while back, I think last fall, I did a live stream where I actually talked about in full detail what the story of Tome or of TTA season 4 would have been. So if you go back and you find that, you'll learn everything you could have ever wanted to know about what the season was going to be, and that'll give you everything you need. So how did I program my VTuber and my streaming software to move like that? It's a 3D model, Radtoon Network, created by the very talented GermGen, who did all of my VTuber models and stuff. So Ben Bob, I have not uploaded the thesis version of Balancing Act that I did way back in college to my YouTube, but it is on my Vimeo. If you go looking for it, Balancing Act by Chris Niosi, you'll find it. It is extremely, extremely, extremely different and very outdated compared to what I have, the version of the story and the characters now. So I don't necessarily recommend watching it, but it is there on my Vimeo if you ever want to see it just out of curiosity. So, Gino, I will say currently, the name of that character is Rudolph Frost, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Frost, Jack Frost. So, so combination of all your favorite winter holiday themed things. Have I planned the settings for Balancing Out when it gets made? Settings in terms of what? Masquerade, elaborate, so I can get back to that. Coda, the voices of the main characters, I'm not going to reveal yet because we're not at that stage, but I do have actors picked out. I will say that. I have quite a few actors picked out. What will be the villains for Balancing Act? Well, that'll be revealed in a long time from now, perhaps. Won't be for a while, because that's something that I want to keep under wraps for a little while. But there's some very fascinating, very cool villains, a few of which have been designed, not all of them. Excuse me. So yeah, but keep an eye out for them probably in the later future. So the TTA 2020 April Fool's special will be in the TTA archive playlist. Yes. It will be, yeah, oh yeah, the season 4 tease that I did, yes, that's on there, and also the 20th anniversary thing that I'm going to be doing, that will be coming out, and I'll put that on the TTA archive playlist as well for people to see. So, planning on animating the whole thing on my own. Well, here's the thing. So here's what my plan is. What I would like to do is to thumbnail and storyboard a pass of the entire film myself. Then I would like to give individual sequences to other storyboard artists to refine and make it better. And then with those better sequences, then I would try to animate as much of it as I can, but I would certainly love to have help on it without question. But that is going to depend on what the budget looks like, and that will depend on if I am able to get funding off of hopefully doing a Kickstarter, which will involve certainly having all of you lovely people out there getting to be characters in the background, and maybe some featured characters and things as well throughout the movie. That's something that I would like to do at some point. So, which I realize answered Tradgore's question. Yes, that's what I would like to do, is have an opportunity for people to be able to donate to have their own characters in the game as well. So, or in the movie, sorry, not the game. Tome is on my mind. So, will the animation be done in Flash or Toon Boom? Will I have additional animators on it to help? I answered the second part. Hopefully I will be able to. So I would like to storyboard it in Flash, just out of, like, ease, but I would like to have the finished animation be done in Toon Boom because I want it to look way nicer than anything that I've ever done. I have a little bit of experience with Toon Boom because actually Toxic, who did the character designs for Balancing Out, she taught me some stuff in Toon Boom when I was working on her thesis film a few years ago. And but I'm not very experienced with it, so I have a lot more to learn, but hopefully I will be doing that more. So, we can only hope in the future. When it comes to Balancing Out, would you say you have plans to make games based off it as much like you did with Tome? I mean, that would certainly be cool to do a game based off of it, but it would certainly have to be like a pre-established IP first before just... I had considered the idea of, like, what if I do it as a game instead of an animation, but I want to do it as a film. That is the medium that I want to have it be, so... In terms of age rating, closer to PG or PG-13. You know what? Honestly, it's probably going to be closer to an R rating, to be honest. I mean, granted, it's an indie animation, obviously, so, you know, when it comes to that stuff, it's kind of the Wild West. It's not exactly, you know, the film standard type of thing. It goes a little bit in that sort of direction, in terms of its maturity. It's not like hyper adult in that sense. It's, you know, I remember one of the things that I did was, I limited only, one F-bomb per act. So, you know, I think there's like 3 fucks in the whole script and in its current draft, and maybe that'll change, who knows. But, yeah, if there was ever a villain group in Balancing Act, would you consider the name Weather IX as their group name? No, sir, but that could certainly be the group of villains for your own thing if you wanted it to be, so. Let's see. Love the show. Intended to be a movie that you view in theaters on the web. Well, okay, so would Bouncing Out Julian be intended to screen in theaters or on the web? I mean, primarily it's probably going to be aimed for a web market, but something I would love to be able to do is have it screened at conventions. That would be really cool to be able to do that, is have it actually screened at cons. And like maybe do like panels and something to go along with it. Like that would be really cool to get to do something like that at some point. So who knows? We'll see. That's gonna be way in the future. Who can say? Yeah. So. Oh, Kurilu, Jack is not Rudolph's middle name, just to clarify. I don't have a chosen middle name for him at the moment, but Rudolph Frost is currently what his name is. So. What is the world building superpower wise? Are powers something hidden or relatively normal? Powers natural, derived from an event? I'll just say that without giving too much away, the superpowers are not a common thing in terms of like, they are still the type of thing that you would want to keep secret from people. For the same kind of reasons that most like comic book superheroes would keep their superpowers a secret, that kind of thing. So. What are the names of the characters, XP? I have not revealed what their new names are just yet, but I will say that the far right character is named Rudolph Frost. That's the one that I'm okay to give away at the moment, so. How different is Balancing Act in terms of story beats compared to Train of Magical Expertise? Well, you'll have to find that out for yourself, so. What is the planned runtime? Currently, it's probably clocking into a little over 2 hours, so. Current plushie updates, Gino. I have heard back from Makeshift pretty recently, and they said that we should be moving to the next stage of design pretty soon, but I don't know yet. So I'll keep you all posted as much as I can as things continue. So, would I rather it be 2D, 3D animated? Apple said. Okay, funnily enough, I had considered the idea of doing Balancing Act as a 3D animated low poly thing, actually kind of like my model right now. But I am not experienced enough in 3D animation to be able to do that, so I don't feel confident in being able to do it that way and actually get it done. So I am shooting for something 2D, hopefully something close to the way that the art style looks in Michaela's concept art scene, just below me. Granted, I am not nearly as talented as an artist as she is, but that's the hope. That's the great white hope. So, experience working on the Craig of the Creek movie. My experience was just that I worked on one shot doing cleanup animation. It's a scene where the screen is kind of shaking and he grabs onto something and goes, "Wait a minute!" I haven't gotten to see the movie yet. I haven't gotten to see the finished movie just yet, so I'm not sure. Where it is in the film, but I really should check it out because I know it's fantastic. I love what I've seen of Craig of the Creek. So let's see. Am I going to submit Balancing Act to any film festivals? I should. I mean, I might. I haven't really tried doing that in like well over a decade, but never say never. We'll see. Curd pizza. That is all. I had pizza yesterday, Stoner Stan. So. Any likely cameos to be seen? Well, Tempest Mask, I am certainly hoping that when we do the Kickstarter for it, that all the cameos and background characters will be all of you guys. that is what I would like to do. So, here's hoping. Any announcements regarding possible voice auditions? Probably not, because I don't really do open auditions for animation projects of my own. But who knows? We'll see. That could change. So, what ages do you intend the main characters in Tome to be? I will say, Recember, that they are all 18 and over. I'll leave it at that. I'll probably give more specific information later on, but I will say that they're all 18 and over. So, if I ever got my IP picked up by a network, would I consider it? It would have to depend on what the deal was. I mean, I'm not counting on, a major like streaming service or studio or something to be interested enough to want to, pick it up necessarily. I don't know. I'm really, really not sure. Not sure of that, so we'll see. But I'm kind of treating this as if it's just going to be purely indie and everything, I guess you could say. So, let's see. Kietsu Sento. Rudolph is spelled for his name Rudolph. Will the talking scenes be similar to Tome's thing? I plan for it to be fully animated. It's not going to be set up and kind of like the more... I guess that's worth mentioning. Tome was kind of animated in a way that was meant to be kind of like easily animatable with like shortcuts and things so that I could get episodes done in a timely fashion. Yeah, this is going to be like fully animated, like a proper like cartoon and everything is what I'm... trying to go for, hopefully. So I should have pho for dinner. I don't know if there's a pho place nearby. There might be. I'm not sure. Is that Tome Legends? No. This is Balancing Act. This is a new IP that predates Tome, in fact. If we get to be in the background of Balancing Act, do we have to pay? That's what I'm hoping, is that the Kickstarter, the rewards for donating to the Kickstarter will be having yourself in the movie as background characters and supporting characters and things like that, because that would be a way for me to be able to actually fund the production of doing the movie in the first place. So that's what I'm hoping. Jack, it's Jay. Yo, shout out Jack6 in the chat as the lovely and talented, I believe, hopefully if I'm not mistaken, Jay Ash K, very, very skilled artist and hilarious voice actor, an old friend from our Homestuck days from many years ago. Is this a casting call? No. Thoughts on Jake Kaufman's music? Oh, I love Jake Kaufman's music. I've never gotten to meet... I don't think I've ever actually gotten to meet Jake in person. But I love Jake's music on Shovel Knight in particular, and especially on OKKO, which, of course, was amazing that we both got to be part of that project, absolutely. So, shut up and take my money. Well, hopefully when we do the crowdfunding campaign for it. I was actually even thinking today about the possibility of maybe at conventions taking, like, sort of pre-order donations from people to have them as background characters in the project, but I'd have to figure out how much that I would actually have them be. So we'll see. That'll maybe be a possibility. Who knows? But yeah. Hi, Jay. Jay actually kind of like semi-influenced the design, the hair, some of the hairstyle at one point in a previous sort of iteration of the character, and this thing here with the water bottle. Jay has really cool haircuts over all the years that I've known them, and I remember the haircut that they had at the time that I was kind of in early stages of designing that character. There was a little bit of influence there. So, hello Ian, good morrow to thee. Good morrow. This is very fitting with this music playing right now. Patreon pre-orders. I might find a way to actually, what I would like to do with Patreon. You know what? Okay. Let me mention something here, folks. Something that I would like to do with the Patreon, and if this is a way to entice you guys to be more interested in it. So, I want to showcase stuff for Balancing Act in the Patreon early. When I get like a sequence done, I would want to showcase it in the Patreon well ahead of when I would be releasing it online. So, if you guys are interested in supporting me, not only this project, but just me in general and my ability to pay my rent and pay my doctor's bills for all the medical shit that I'm going through. Oh, wow. Speak of the devil. Holy crap. AED, thank you so much for the... Is that a $100 super chat? Oh, no. Okay, I think it's like 27... It's something like that. AED. I'm not sure how that works, but thank you for the super chat, the orange super chat. Thanks for introducing me to one of the greatest creations ever made, Super Mario RPG. Oh, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Wait, what is your screen name? 10 years and hold up. I have to see. 10 years in the joint. Thank you so much, 10 years in the joint, for that super chat. That's extremely kind of you, and I'm very happy that I was able to introduce you to Super Mario RPG. I'm assuming by way of Rost Forest. Very happy to be of service to you if that is the case. So, yeah. But if you guys are interested in supporting me in that sense, and I'll go ahead and get a link to it real quick. Give me 1 second. If you guys would like to support me, you can go to patreon.com/Kerbifer, which I will link right here. Boop, there we go. Orchid, it's going to be a very, very long time before I do this, so save up. If you eventually want to allocate something to that, go ahead and save up. And I would love to have you along with everybody else in the movie as a background character at some point. So, Chris Niosi hires Chris Niosi to be in Balancing. Yeah, totally. I will hire myself. I don't know about that Chris Niosi guy. I don't know how reliable he is. My gosh. Yeah, so that's what kind of the hopeful plan is. And I want to continue to promote this stuff and kind of build up a following for it and show off things. I would like to continue to showcase the different scenes as videos, and put them up on the channel as like kind of preview videos for what the whole thing is going to be, and continue to drum up interest in everything as much as I can. That's the whole kind of idea that I want to go for, and hopefully I can pull that off if I'm so able to. So. Whew. All right. Well, I'll stick around for a couple more minutes for any other last few questions that you guys might have. But otherwise, I think probably shortly after this, I'm going to want to go get some din-din, and then I'm gonna hopefully be hanging out with some of my friends, either hopefully playing some more Ace Attorney or maybe watching some One Piece or something. We'll see. I just started watching with my friends who have not seen One Piece before. We're watching the Foxy Davy back fight stuff, and slowly eventually getting into Water 7, which will be fun. So, oh man, you were 10 watching my stuff, and now you're 25. Oh my god. Well, no, you're 10 years in the joint and 15 years in the Kerbifer bunker. So good on you, bro. Thank you very much. It's my favorite Nickelodeon sitcom growing up, aside from the one my sister started. So other than Pete and Pete, I loved Keenan and Kel. That was probably a big one for me. Even though I had issues with the Tournament of Power arc from Dragon Ball Super, was it funny being in the arc? Oh, just getting to be in a Dragon Ball thing in general. I was just supremely honored that I got to, even for my one line, that is a gift that I will always forever be grateful for, to everybody at Okratron 5000 for that opportunity. And the fact that like I've gotten to work with the guys at Okratron so much in recent years has been fantastic. I'm so grateful to those guys. They're so cool. Yes, Sean reviews. My sister Allison, the voice of Splat from Tome 2011, was Ellen on The Adventures of Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon many years ago. Yeah, good lord. Oh yeah, I heard about Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. How'd I feel about Godzilla -1 winning the visual effects Oscar? Good for them. Good for them. I've heard that movie's fantastic. I haven't gotten to see it yet. I really should. I really should be a bigger Godzilla fan than I am, considering I got to work on those Godzilla animated films a while back. What about being in One Piece Rat Network? That was also fantastic. I was very, very grateful to after like years of trying to get on that show. A big shout out to Anthony Bowling and Emily Fajardo and all the folks at Crunchyroll that allowed me to get to be Agent Maha, which I believe in the next batch of English dub episodes that should be coming out. I don't know when they'll be dropping, but I think the next batch of episodes coming out, which will have the Gear 5 stuff, which I'm very excited to see. That is, I think, going to have my last batch of episodes in it, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Not been this excited for my recent work, balancing out in a long time since you worked on Tome for so many years. I'm always going to love your work, Scrub. It's really out of this world. Thank you, Julian. That's very, very kind of you. Being in Pokemon and Dragon Ball, your inner child must be having so many heart attacks. No, my inner child is screeching to the heavens of like, oh my god! Oh, whoops. Oh boy. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to press that. I'm like, yay! That's me and my childhood favorite cartoon, you guys! Oh my god, I'm freaking out. I need to get like one of those like stream deck things so I can have different buttons assigned to what my my different what's it called emotions, my different expressions are going to be and everything. So does Agent Ma have a face or just a stick with a mask on it? We never see his face. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So how goes the convention travels? Well, I've done a con in Vegas last year, and I just did one in Alabama this year. I am hoping that I'll get to do some more. I think I have one in when is it? I think it's in Oregon in May called Beaver State Comic Con. So I've got that, and I've got another one here in LA in April, which I'll have announcements for coming up later on. So, excuse me, look forward to that. So, oh, Ian, thank you for watching the Godzilla trilogy that I got to work on. So that was really cool. Very happy that people enjoyed those. Have I voiced a character in a game before? Yes, 10 years in the joint. I've worked on a lot of video games. I've been Dezel in Tales of Zestiria, Therion in Octopath Traveler, Void Dark in Disgaea 5, the Dragon Twins in River City Girls 2. I've done a lot of video games over the years, so I need to get cast in a fighting game. I would love to be in a fight. I've auditioned for a couple fighting games over the years, but I've never gotten to be in one, unfortunately, so... yeah, Comic-Con was tons of fun, Recember, absolutely. Oh yes, and speaking of fighting games, yes, I'm very excited about Sparking Zero. It's funny, I wasn't big into the Tenkaichi games growing up, but goddamn, Sparking Zero looks so good. It looks so good, you guys. Oh my god. Favorite Mega Man series? You know what? Overall, probably Battle Network. But I love so many of them. I love Classic. I love Zero. I love Legends. Like, it's rough. It's difficult to say. Thoughts on the live-action One Piece show? I believe that I did a Kerblog about the One Piece live-action show, Ratu Network. If you go a little bit back in my video archive, you'll find it. So, Zercore for Sparking Zero. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm sure, I mean, the fact that they showed Kakunsa, I'm sure we'll get some of the Tournament of Power guys and stuff, and I think some of the other ones that were in the previous trailer. Yeah, I'm not counting on. You heard there's some TTA content, VHS cassette? Well, if you go back and look through the archive of this stream once I finish up in a little bit here, you'll find it. You'll find the announcement, so enjoy. Oh my god. All right, well, I think on that note, I believe that I am going to call it quits for today, and I'm going to go get me some nourishment. So, everybody, thank you so much for enjoying. I don't think I've played this in a while, but in case none of you are following me on the Twatters, you can follow me on twitter.com/Kerbifer. So, please do. And, been watching me since I first uploaded TV Tome on Newgrounds. Oh my gosh. Well, then, yeah, you're an old school fan. Or kid, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody who's been a fan for so long, and whether you're new here or an old fan or otherwise. Thank you all so much. I really, really appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna end the stream in a little bit here, but thank you guys so much. I will probably do my next Just Chatting stream after the TTA thing comes out next Monday. So probably on probably Tuesday the 2nd. I think I'll probably do my next one. We'll see. Maybe I'll have a guest or two. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you guys so much. This was great. And I will catch y'all on the next one. So you have a lovely rest of your week. And look forward to probably do some more shorts and other things in the meantime. So I will see y'all on the flip side. Catch you later. Bye-bye.